Now let's come on to types of security operations center. So one option is to just outsource the SOC. So in here the initial setup is very less. Suppose there's an organization, say SBI, so it wants to set up a SOC. So the in outsourcing there is a very less capital expenditure, and yes, operation expenditure will be more because the MSSP, that is the managed security service provider, that will be charging huge fees. So one option of outsourcing, that is gone for because there is a lack of skilled manpower in-house, and we require outside experts. So there are challenges in this setup, as the organization which has outsourced the SOC. So the vendor might not be knowing the actual business concern and all of the responsibility, or maybe the business logics and all. So that is lack in a outsourced SOC. Then there is significant coordination with the MSSP. So MSSP being a vendor, we have to coordinate a lot with them. So this is a generally a tough task. Then in some cases data is also stored and processed outside. So this might be a regulatory blockade for us. So these are some of the challenges in outsourcing the SOC. Now, if we set up an in-house SOC, then we need a dedicated staff for that. We need a 24/7 kind of a setup. Mostly SOC are 24/7. So the benefit of in-house SOC is that we have a good understanding of business concerns. So as the person is part of an organization, he has dealt with all the issues and know the complexities of the organization business. So that is a better thing. He can apply business logic for in the security devices in a better way. Then the other benefit is that data stored and processed is inside. But here, so the all these benefits are there, but the problem is that the initial setup is very huge. It requires a lot of capex. Then we need a very recruitment of new manpower for training and giving them new skills, so that we are a better off SOC at a first place. Then the maturity takes time in for a SOC to get mature. So for SOC, this is a problem. So many organizations go for a hybrid model, wherein they get in trained staff from MSSP. They have some of their own setup and they train their people regularly. So mostly in PSUs, this kind of a model goes very well. This kind of model is seen to be used. So these are the types of SOC. Now we come on to the building blocks. So building blocks of SOC include people, process, technology, as always. So these are the three pillars for a SOC. Now in people, let's cover people first. So people include the analyst and the incident responders. So as I told you that it is a 24/7 kind of a setup mostly. So we need people to see the security alerts generated by security devices. So they have to do real-time monitoring and triaging, and they have to do incident analysis, coordination and response, forensic and malware analysis. So these are the activities that are done on a round the clock basis. Then we need people for intelligence, threat intelligence, and trend creation. So basically cybersecurity is a domain that is ever changing. So every day we have a new vulnerability, every day there are new patches. So every day it is changing. Every day we see that a new, new vulnerability being exploited by some, malware or something new is created, and there is a 0 day, and we don't know how to, there is no patch for it available yet. So all of these threat intelligence needs to be captured on a, regular basis. So these analysts also work as threat intel gatherers. So they collect, they analyze, and as a CERT, we also distribute these threat intelligence to our member organizations, so that better we have a better threat intelligence sources. We have more sources, so we distribute these intelligence to our organization so that they can safeguard themselves. Then other people include the SOC system admins. So we have a lot of tools in the SOC. So we need obviously a system administration for there. So tuning the maintenance of those tools, custom signatures creation, and automating some stuff. So this is part of a, this is done by a SOC system admins. Then there is SOC engineering. So we have new tools and new deployments. So we need, some engineering background, people to get on to make new tools and also implement and deploy new generation tools always, because SOC is something, which is very live, and, it has its own nitty-gritties. So we need to consistently, continuously change and adapt. Then finally, there's a SOC manager above all of these people. So yes, so other classification for people can be done as a rainbow teams. So basically, there is a red team, there is a blue team, then there is a yellow team. So many of you might have heard this red team, blue team. So red team is basically offensive. So they include certified ethical hackers. So they try and get into a system. They try to penetrate and find what all vulnerabilities are there in an organization, so that the organization can patch them before the bad actors use these vulnerabilities to get into the. So red team includes testers. They exploit vulnerabilities. They do social engineering. They basically want to get into the system, so that before the bad actors they penetrate and they tell the organization, okay, these are all the problems, you should patch this. So this is a red team. Then the blue team are the defenders. So basically the SOC analysts, they are monitoring the tools and responding to incident and controlling the whichever security incident has been occurred. So these are the blue team. So blue team also include threat hunting. So I'll get on to this topic later. So then there is a yellow team. Yellow team is basically the SOC tools admins and the developers and the architects and the system admin, basically, to create user accounts and to fine tune systems. So basically that is a yellow team.